looking back. Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde. A classic cliche, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss now. I'm done living life with the lights up, done with my own doubts.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing out there? Thank you for tuning in to our, once again, to our TikTok, and we are back with a very exciting topic. Now, may I remind all of you to follow our social media so that you can be updated with our upcoming programs. So please go to MyUnirazak Facebook and Instagram, and also MyUnirazak YouTube channel. Today, our UR TikTalk will discuss an interesting topic that is related to tax. I'm sure you have heard of the word tax before, or you have even encountered doing your own personal tax. And as well as simple things such as buying a coffee at a cafe, you will know that you need to pay GST or service tax. So today, we will look into the metamorphosis of a tax student. We will share with you what taxation is all about and the current situation with what our government is doing to help individuals and organizations who need to pay tax. In UNIRAZAK, most of our graduates in this field have successfully graduated and have gotten their placement working in various companies that is related to this field. Their careers have tremendously expanded and grew, and we are going to discuss how UNIRAZAK can help you build your professional career with our taxation programs. With our academic expert and UNIRAZAK students today, we will help you get more information that could benefit your decision on making or creating your study pathways and your future career goals. Before we get into that, let's watch a corporate video of UNIRAZAK. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. So, we have with us our very expert lecturer on taxation and as well as two students. So, first up, I'm going to introduce our lecturer, Mr. Mohamad Noor bin Haron. He is a lecturer in the School of Accounting and Taxation. Thank you so much for being on the show today and availing your time.
Yeah, hi Grace. Hi everyone. Assalamualaikum and good evening. I'm doing good, Grace. It's just that I'm still
Okay.
recovering from the pain of being vaccinated recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you get your first dose or second dose or
it
completed?
is a second dose, the second jab.
Second,
It's more
right.
stronger.
I
Yeah.
see.
Anyway, thank you
Okay.
for having me today.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so for everybody who is tuning in, let me tell you a little bit about him. He is armed with 20 years of teaching experience, specializing in taxation and financial accounting and reporting. So he has worked as a tax consultant before, as well as accountant general office in his formative years of working experience, and now is attached with the School of Accounting and Taxation. He has as a lecturer for both academic and professional for 5 years. A bit about his education background, which is Bachelor's of Accounting from University of Malaya and Master of Accountancy from University Technology Mara. Mr. Mohamad Noor also has the professional membership in Association of Chartered Certified Accountants ACCA, Chartered Accountant CA Malaysia, and Malaysia Institute of Accountants MIA, and member of ACTIM Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia CTIM. Right, that was a mouthful, but I'm sure all those goes credits to his background and also to his wide field of expertise. So next up, I'm going to introduce our two beloved students. Mr. Amin Naim bin Mansor first. He is an alumnus. He has done Bachelor of Taxation with honors, and he is a provisional member of Chartered Tax Institute Malaysia, CTIM. Currently, Amin serves as a tax senior, engaging corporate and individual tax compliance and advisory portfolios in various industries, both local and international. Welcome to the show, Naim. Thank you for availing your time with us.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. So yeah, a huge gratitude to the School of Accounting and Taxation for
Right.
inviting me to be part of the speakers today. So I think it will be privilege to be able to share a little bit about myself and hope that it will be beneficial to all. Thank you.
Awesome. And finally, I'm going to introduce our other student here, who is Mr. Wan Muhammad Syafiq Faiz bin Mohamad Shriff, who is the second year student in UNIRAZAK under Bachelor of Taxation with honors and expected to graduate in June 2022. He's always eager on learning new experiences in polishing his clerical and management skills in order to prepare himself to become a graduate with various skills. Currently, he joined the KPMG Ambassadorship Program in 2021, and he is the president for University Tun Abdul Razak Tax Club. Welcome, welcome aboard, Mr. Shafiq. How are you today?
Hi, Miss Grace. Thank you. Thank you, School of Accounting and Taxation and UNIRAZAK for inviting me for the second time, I guess, in this UR TikTok session. And I hope everyone can stay in this live until the end.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And I can see some of your friends have already started saying hello and things like that. Hello to everyone who is there. Please, drop a line, support your friends, and also Encik Matno here. And please stay tuned. Let's grab your favorite beverages and let's sit back, relax, and learn a little bit about accounting today. Okay. So first up, I'm going to ask Encik Matno, could you kindly elaborate more about the topic for today? It's very interesting. The metamorphosis of a tech student. So usually when we listen to the word metamorphosis, we think about science, we think about caterpillars and whatnot. But how can it be applied to a tech student? Yeah, go ahead.
Today's yeah, today's sharing session is to give you an input and insights about UNIRAZAK and its accounting tax degree program, where this degree could transform the lives of the school leavers, even working adults, all right, as to how our degree can transform from students from having a zero tax knowledge to become a tax expert. So literally, metamorphosis, as you rightly pointed out, this could be associated with all these science jargons, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
well, it's actually a process or a change of transformation, right? But in our context for today, we're going to talk about how a 3 year education uh, journey and experiences as being a tech students could transform students to become a high quality, marketable graduates on par with the rest, if not better. And specifically, we're going to sort of chronicles the tech students' life from where they started from SPM, for example, and then they uh, enter into UNIRAZAK doing a tax degree, and then they develop, they evolves, and then they blossom, become the one from having zero knowledge in taxation, and then become someone who who possess a good and outstanding knowledge in tax, who basically have a good set of knowledge and skills in taxation. So in addition to that, we also would like to discuss about the challenges, the ups and downs of being a tax student, right? And what to expect from this course, the tax course. And for this reason, I we have roped in the other two guest speakers, Mr. Amin and Mr. Syafiq. Uh, Amin being my ex-student, my former student, now attached with Deloitte, and my current student, Mr. Syafiq, so that they could give us some perspectives and some insights about um, how taxation can change someone's life, how's their journey as a tax students in UNIRAZAK, right? So, but essentially, by the end of the session, we hope to enlighten every one of you here, all right, about taxation, the future of taxation, your career prospect, what's the pathway and the road to become a tax expert. And I reckon today's audience might come from a diverse background. Probably today we could have people from accounting or taxation or maybe other discipline. So doesn't matter if you're currently doing non-tax courses. Hopefully, by the end of the session, this session could open your eyes and horizons as to um, taxation, because taxation now is not just a derivatives of accounting. Gone are the days when taxation was considered as like part and parcel, just like a byproduct of accounting, because accounting is such a bigger uh, uh, area, professional courses, right? But taxation is now getting more popularity, more stand alone, I would say, all right, and more sought after by the employers. So who knows, one of you here could be a tax agent, could open an international tax firm, or even become a tax advisor to the government. We wouldn't know, isn't it? Right? So I think, yeah, back to you, Grace.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my mic was muted. Thank you so much, Mr. Makno, for really clearly elaborating what it means to be a tech student and also how the metamorphosis cycle evolves. So, meaning for someone who does not have a knowledge in taxation or who has a certain view of taxation could be transformed to someone who is full of experience and also the knowledge that they need to start working immediately upon graduation in the field of taxation. So I like that, you use words like blossoming and transforming, and this is what we very much aim to do at UNIRAZAK. We want to see you guys a changed person. So I also thanks for also elaborating and also inviting our students here who can testify to that. Right, that brings me to my question to Mr. Naim. You graduated in Bachelor of Taxation, and after 3 years, you are now a tax senior in one of the big four accounting firms. And Jed Matno rightfully has said it, Deloitte. We could see how fast you have moved up the career upon graduating. So, how do you think UNIRAZAK helped you with your career?
Okay, thanks, Miss Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I've been graduated from the Bachelor of Taxation Honors, University Tun Abdul Razak, UNIRAZAK, and what I would like to highlight is about the significance of the courses itself. Because the Bachelor of Taxation Honors is a very niche program. Okay, I believe that it mainly designed to cater the significantly increasing in demand for the tax professional nowadays in our country. And I do really believe that so far as of to date, actually, UNIRAZAK is the only university that offering this kind of separate bachelor degree program in taxation. You may find, you may learn a taxation subject in another program, for example, like Bachelor of Accountancy, Bachelor of Business and Accountancy, but their course structure more focused on the accounting aspect rather than taxation, I believe. Okay, so because of that, graduating from Bachelor of Taxation Honors from UNIRAZA make myself special, unique, and distinct from other students from another program and maybe even from another university. Okay, in terms of applicability and rationality, the Bachelor of Taxation Honors is a very, very practical program. Why is that so? Because so far, whatever I have learned, whatever I have studied so far under this program, the academic knowledge gained over the 3 years period of study has been eventually used by myself, especially when I'm pursuing my current career in the taxation. So all of the theories, all of the concepts that I have studied so far were just the same, were just the similar as those knowledge that I have gained day by day, week by week, and year by year of my working experience so far. So yeah, but I'm talking about a very basic and advanced taxation knowledge, okay? Because yeah, I cannot expect for that short period of 3 years period of study at an university, be it in Uniraza or maybe in another university, okay? So uh, I believe that I cannot expect too much, even though I'm as a Bachelor of Taxation Honors. I cannot expect immediately after graduation, boom, I become a tax expert because I believe that I am just an ordinary person. I believe that some basic and advanced taxation knowledge requires a constant learning and development throughout your career journey. Okay, either way, you must hands on certain real portfolio cases in order to improve and advance your specific skills and knowledge in some specific area. Nevertheless, Bachelor of Taxation Honors from UNIRAZAK has at least equipped me with a necessary basic knowledge. I mean, like basic and advanced taxation knowledge required by most of the tax employers outside there who are looking for or who are hiring for a fresh tax assistant, fresh tax associate, fresh tax consultant. Okay, talking about those basic and advanced taxation knowledge. What are those basic and taxation knowledge? But I that we have to take a look back at the very original functions of our future tax employers, of our future employers, what they do, what kind of business they do, what kind of services do they offer to their client. The very least will be providing individual and corporate tax compliance services. And when it does so, their main daily activities definitely will be preparing tax computation, calculating the tax liability of their client to be paid to the government, whether there is a balance of tax payable, whether there is a tax refund on the other hand. So yeah, I did also learn and prepare the same thing, the tax computations in the very beginning of my study at the University of Tun Abdul Razak, UNIRAZAK, under the Bachelor of Taxation Honors program. And if we about to talk a little bit about more advanced, like in audit and investigation of individual taxpayer, yes, we also did learn and do what did prepare the capital statement, okay, a statement of which we're going to recognize the income gap between the underreported income to the IRB and the one that you actually reported to the IRB. So what I'm trying to say that is just a way or method of presentation will be different, okay, because in university we do it for academic purpose, while on the other hand in a firm we do it for money or for profit, definitely, okay. And furthermore, I would like to I think I would like to highlight that a lot of us unaware of the fact that most of the lecturers we have here in UNIRAZAK are those who had industrial experience prior becoming an academician. This will be a very good bonus, a very special privilege for the anyone or any students that studying in UNIRAZAK, because they are well informed of what is actually happening later when they embark into their career journey. Okay, so yeah, those lecturers who had such experience, basically they know what actually happens in the terms of the nature of work, the tax culture, and what actually employers outside there expect from a fresh graduate. Okay, and then yeah, thank you for Mr. Mohamad No and the other tax lecturers. I believe that they always emphasizing on the what we call it the importance of the current tax laws, rules and regulations, and a few of the cases laws while delivering their lectures for every classes since my very first semester at the UNIRAZAK. Okay, because you must understand that as a tax consultant, the nature of work itself must always be in compliance with the current tax laws, rules and regulations. For example, like Income Tax Act 1967, and as well as the guidelines issued by the relevant tax authority body, for example, like public rulings issued by the IRB. So because of that kind of nature of work, of course, your future employer will expect that at least a fresh graduate to be well versed in the current relevant tax laws, rules, and legislation, as well as the ability to research into case law. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and moreover, I think despite the program itself designed mainly to prepare a tax professional letter, Bachelor of Taxation Honors actually also incorporated other crucial subjects. For example, I think financial accounting and reporting subject. I believe that because yeah, I previously when I was a student, I was a taxation student. I always asked in my mind that why do I have to take this kind of accounting subject? It's really in Chinese or in Mandarin we call it as mafan or troublesome, because like we are going to do definitely going to do the taxation, but why in the first place that we have to learn and study about the accounting subject, especially for the financial accounting and reporting 2 and 3, because those are quite challenging subjects. But later on when I what we call it, I stepped my foot into a tax firm as a tax consultant, then I only realized that those kind of subjects were very important, because like I'm not only learn about those accounting standards like Malaysian financial reporting standard, international accounting standard, but also I have learned on how to read and to analyze the audited financial statement, which is very significant, very important in order for you to become a tax consultant, because at the end of the day, what you're going to prepare, the tax computation itself, it must be based on the audited account. Okay, and yeah, definitely at the end of the day, you need to file your income tax return form C to the IRB. I'm talking about the corporate income tax. You're going to file your income tax return form C with the IRB based on the audited signed audited financial statement under section 77A of the Income Tax Act. Okay, and yeah, I think last but not least, I think having graduating from Bachelor of Taxation Honors gave me a special privilege because of the out of examination papers, final examination papers organized or carried out by the Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia, which is one of the leading tax professional body in Malaysia. Okay, the 7 papers will be exempted, and I only took about another one advanced paper, which was advanced taxation 2. Before I have been admitted to be a provisional member, like mentioned just now by Miss Grace. Okay, compared to other students, maybe they need to take at least 2 to 3 subjects. Okay, compared to the other accounting students. So basically, upon graduation, I believe that beside the what we call it the bachelor degree itself, On top of that, I also attain my professional qualification at the same time, which directly and indirectly I believe enhance and boost my marketability for the job market. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think because it will offer a shorter way and a shorter path and a shortcut so that I have not wasted my time and money for additional few papers or for any other qualification papers. Okay.
Thank
So
you
back
so
to back
much.
to back to
Yeah,
Chris.
sorry. I mean, I have to cut you a little bit there. I mean, I really love how you explained everything so clearly and with so much of information. I wish we can invite you back as one of our like guest lecturer or something. The text program, because I think very well equipped, very well versed, and you're clearly very knowledgeable about what a tech student needs to have, what is the expectation, and what can they expect once they step into their career. I loved it when you said that we do not necessarily become a tech expert, boom, right after your degree. There is some level of experience involved and some more learning to do. And I also like that you mentioned our lecturers here, like Mr. Matno himself, has been and they have emphasized on the practicality and also the nuggets in whatever that you guys have been learning since day one, equipped with case studies and their experiences and whatnot. So I think Amin really would love to hear more about you in the following questions. But right now, I would like to give the spotlight to our student Syafiq. I hope that you have been inspired by what your alumnus has been saying and all those things that he have said about working in the career of being in the taxation. So Syafiq, you are not only a student, but you are also a KPMG ambassador and the president of University Tun Abdul Razak Tax Club, your tax. What makes you decide to take all these responsibilities on your shoulder while you are still studying? And how do you think your participation will help you become a better individual?
All right. Thank you, Miss Grace. So, for me, being an active student in Razak will definitely help me to prepare for my future career, especially when it comes to building my self confidence. And I always take it as part of my learning process to become a better graduate in the future. Perhaps for me, the most important element is time management, because when you are joining club while studying, you have to manage your time properly, listen, and of course, for me, I always prioritize my time for my studies before I can focus on my other things, such as for my clubs or other things that I usually do during my leisure times. And for me, it is my responsibility as well to my for me, it is a responsible for me to be responsible on my studies as a student, but also to my sponsor, which is Current Craft. And yes, I have multiple events that are surrounded by conflicts right now, because as for today, I have some assignments to do. I have some events, some meetings for my events. But on occasion, I always take a break and play games with my friends. Usually during evening, I go for a jog or maybe go for a ride, at least 1 hour, so that I can release my stress and at the same time relax my mind and see the sights. I also believe that this will aid us in the future and our experience with something we desire. As for me, many people believe that this will help our personalities. This will help our personalities shape and understand the most situation that will benefit us in the future, as it is open to Razakians to define what interests them in university and to define the risk of joining too many clubs at one time. So as we can approach something that we desire, for instance, like in Razak, we know that we have so many clubs. We have Unirazak Professional Accounting Club, we have Rugby Club, we have Sports Club, Esports Clubs, and whatnot. But then, if you are more interested and more to arts and culture, then you might want to join UNIRAZAK X Club, which is more to arts and cultural. I mean, as long it is beneficial for you, then you just go for it, right? I guess that's all for my part.
Thank you so much, Syafiq. Very short, very sweet, and it's so good to see you juggle all these responsibilities as well as cultivate good studying habits and also wanting to tap into the industry as early as possible. So I just want to highlight some of the comments that are ongoing on the chat box. I'm not sure if you can read them. I think some of your friends are here. Shahuldin, Muhammad Arik, Faizlan. Want to give a shout out to them. There you go. I like what Faizlan says. He did not apply for Deloitte. He let Deloitte employ him. That's to you, Amin. And Nick Farzana says Syafiq is a great team player. Okay, Muhammad Ashraf says something which I can't pronounce, something handsome. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for tuning in and also for all our newcomers out there. We are talking about taxation today and why is it important to have a tax degree if you are more interested in tax. So I'm going to go back to Encik Matnor, and I want to remind all the viewers, if you have any questions at all regarding today's topic, please feel free to write on the comment box below, wherever you're tuning in. Is it YouTube or Facebook? Please ask your questions, and we have our expert here and also those who have already walked through the shoes of 3 years degree and who is currently walking through the path. So we are here for you. Okay, Encik Maknur, students nowadays are more aware about accounting programs and the benefits of professional certificates. UNIRAZAK also offers professional certificate that is embedded in the taxation program. Can you explain a little bit more about the professional certificate that is offered under the program and what are the components that the students will learn? Also, please emphasize on how important these certificates are for their degree.
All right, thank you, Grace. I couldn't agree more with you. The fact that students of current generations right now they are more aware about programs they are interested in, the benefits, the career of taxation, especially getting more popularities. Um, and I think I would like to share my slides with the audience. Probably from through the slide, I can explain to all of you today about taxation program, Bachelor of Tax offered by UNIRAZAK. All right, as you can see on the screen right now, this is next. Can you just go to next? Thank you. All right. So in School of Accounting and Taxation under of University of UNIRAZAK, we currently offer Bachelor of Tax with honors, with recognition by Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia (CTIM). So we offer both full-time and part-time modes. Our program of full-time stretch for 3 years, and for part-time program, the duration is for 4 years. Being the very first university in Malaysia that offer taxation, we are the pioneer of Bachelor of Tax in Malaysia. The only university, I have to say, that offer Bachelor of Taxation. None of the universities in Malaysia offer this specialization as their program in their undergrads. We do have other universities in New Zealand, in the UK offer Bachelor of Tax as well. But the fact that we are offering Bachelor of Tax with collaboration with CTIM, and CTIM being the acronym of Chartered Institute of Malaysia. So it is a testament of the recognition given by CTIM to our program. If you can see the screen right now, not just CTIM recognize our bachelor degree program, but also MATA. MATA is the Bumiputra, I would say, the institute representing the whole Bumiputra tax agents in Malaysia, whereas CTIM it's more larger in terms of membership, and I am one of the members of the institution, the institute, together with uh, Amin, right? So CTIM is just like CPA Australia or ACCA, the professional body, and they are responsible for matters concerning taxation in Malaysia. They are private entity, all right, and they are uh, wait. Can you listen to me?
Yes, I think there seems to be a disruption.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think it's on my end.
no, it's not on your end. All
Okay,
right, it's clear
shall
now. Yeah.
shall I continue?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, so we have partnered and collaborated with CITAM for more than 10 years. And since inception of our tax program, we have churned out so many graduates who are now working in various portfolios, various job portfolios, working with commercial company, accounting firm, tax firm, banking and financial institutions, even working with government, attached with government agencies like IRB and RMC. So the best thing about our program is that we are collaborating with a professional body like CTIM, and by completing our degree, our students can get a full exemption. All the eight papers will be exempted except for one last paper, Advanced Tax 2. So none of the other universities in Malaysia, their students would get this exemption. Even my alma mater, University of Malaya, and also TAR College, for example, they are very well known in accounting and taxation programs in Malaysia. Anyway, they do not get any exemption, but we do get exemption. So upon completing degree in taxation, our students normally we encourage our students to take up this professional qualification, because a Bachelor of Tax, sometimes if they want to be on the same league with Bachelor of Accounting students who pursuing their CPA Australia qualification. That's why I always encourage my students to take up this CTIM, and they just need to take one paper, which is Advanced Tax 2. Then we have produced a lot of graduates. Every year we produce students who pass CTIM. In fact, in 2018, one of our students, our alma mater, Shahida, she got the Best Golden Award for Best Student for Advanced Tax 2. So CTIM celebrated her performance during CTIM convocation, even UNIRAZAK convocation. And I think Amin can also attest to that, because Amin also passed CTIM exam with just first attempt. So it shows how our degree provides a good platform to our students to pass the professional exam. And I'm telling you, professional exam is not a walk in the park. I did my ACCA, just to share with you personally. I failed 2 papers. I'm not ashamed to share with everyone today. Professional exam is challenging, but it's very, very rewarding. Okay, if we could go to the next slide, Grace. Okay, you're asking me about the components, right? The components of our program. So these are the subjects throughout the 3-year program that Bachelor of Tax students must take. All right, so basically, their main subjects would be accounting as well as taxation. Of course, in the first year and the sophomore year, they have to take up accounting, right, and also finance and AIS subjects. But towards the second year, sophomore year, and also the final year, then they will have to specialize more on more advanced subjects in taxation. If you can see here, first year, normally the basic tax, all right, whereby we ask them to calculate personal taxation, corporate tax. And then when it comes to when they go to the intermediate level, so we expose with the tax for specialized industries, where we teach them how to calculate for instance, a trust body, tax payable, banking and financial institutions, how different with the normal tax computations for the other industries. And then we move on to international and double taxation, transfer pricing, tax audit and tax investigation. And if you are interested to structure your tax affairs, where you can basically save your tax, we could teach you in your tax planning subject. And on the perspective of government, we will teach our students with tax, one subject we call tax audit and investigation. I taught this subject last semester. I use a lot of CTIM question, ACCA questions, case study, tax law, because taxation is a combination of accounting and laws. So if you are not good at law, I don't think you can survive in tax in tax career, because as Amin pointed out just now, with all the tax acts and regulations, you got to be well balanced, not just in calculations, but also in the laws as well, and not to mention accounting, because as I told you in the beginning of my accounting, it's I would say taxation is subset of accounting, but now taxation is like coming out of the closet. They can be stand alone, and I think it's good to have. If you are interested to taxation, you can take up this Bachelor of Taxation, because we collaborate with CTIM. All right, and I'm telling you, CTIM is the body. Their members are all the big four bosses. All right, Petronas, tax specialist. I can't recall his name. He's also a tax. The CTIM member. So a lot of opportunities abound to you, and I think to finish your question, Grace, you are asking about how important is this CTIM certificate to UNIRAZAK degree, right? So having said all the good things about CTIM and also our tax degree, I think it's all about marketability. All right, gone are the days when you can only survive with academic degree. I always keep telling my students, especially CPA Australia students, if you are able to pass CTIM, let's say all with the 6 high distinctions, for example, at the moment, just digress a bit with accounting, yeah. At the moment, our best performance so far is 5 high distinction, 1 distinction. So I always tell my students, you got to pass CPA Australia with flying colors, 6 high distinction, for example. So it's all about putting and adding value to your CVs, because employers, they are looking at what you can bring, something added value to the table, right? Just having a degree is not enough. These are all, all the old stories. And right now, you got to be more marketable. That's why CTIM certificate. Remember, I told you just now, you got to pass the only 1 paper, all right? Just advanced text 2, and the syllabus of that advanced text 2. The components of that actually being taught in so many papers that students take in their sophomore year and also final years level. So I think marketability is very, very important. Better job opportunities, right? More prospect, more salary. You have opportunity to work, to build up your networking with the rest. If you just stick to only academic degree, probably your pathway not so not so great, right? So that's why if you have opportunity to take up this CTIM certificate, of course, I think the good thing is, the wise thing is that or the shortcut method is you just take UNIRAZAK degree, and then just take one paper of advanced text 2. Then voila, you can sell yourself to the world. Back to your Grace.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Encik Matno, for that quite full description of what to expect in our taxation program. And it's now very clear to me why taxation is deserving of its own separate program. There are so many things embedded in it. There's so many aspects of it, as you rightfully presented just now. So, and to take those professional papers definitely adds a feather or few feathers to the cap of a taxation student. So it adds value, it gives you more prospect, and of course, I'm sure everybody loves this. You may get higher salary. So definitely nothing to lose to add on those papers while you are a student. So thank you again, Encik Makno, for that very detailed presentation. It is definitely very useful for those who are interested to take this program. Now I'm going to go back to Amin. So what is your expectation for the future while you're in this field? And are you going to continue to work in this industry? Or is there a plan to maybe open up your own firm and become an academician like Encik Makno himself, where you can share your knowledge and experience?
Okay. First thing first, all that will be a quite challenging question for me because, to be honest, I don't know what to expect actually in the future because I would like to quote CITIM, a very famous trademark. Okay, whereby CITIM said that when you choose a taxation as your career, the job will look for you and not you look for the job. This is because the taxation is a what we call it a specialized profession in a really really great demand, in the sense that you can relate in your real life right now. We do have a lot of taxes, okay, being currently imposed by our beloved Malaysian government to the people as well as to the business. So more taxes means more works need to be done in terms of the tax collection, tax administration. In fact, in my firm that currently I'm working for, we do have a lot of divisions. We do have a lot of teams. For example, like transfer pricing team, we have audit and investigation. We do have a global employee services, financial services, indirect taxes, sales and service tax, and so forth. And currently, because of currently, I'm majoring in business tax compliance and a few of advisory jobs. So to be honest, if there is a client or maybe even you, maybe even one of the viewers that come and approach me to seek my advice, for example, like in the sales and service tax, and my advice will be sound like this, like, I am not in position. I'm not in position to advise you these kind of things because I not deal with this thing for every day. Because yeah, what I'm trying to say, that the scope of the taxation is quite huge. You cannot specialize in every scope of the taxation. There must be a specific area that you have as specialized. Okay, and because of that, I do really believe that most of my colleague, most of my tech students colleague, be it either from my batch, junior or senior, most of them already secure a place, already secure a job in a tech job market currently. Okay, whatever their CGPA, I'm telling you, whatever their CGPA, because like I got a few of my juniors graduated with like a CGPA like below than 3.5, if I'm not mistaken, 3.0, something like that. But their remuneration package way better than me. It's quite surprising me, but yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have it. So yeah, that means that the Bachelor of Taxation Honors student produced by UNIRAZAK, I think like on top of another level already. Okay, and then you don't have to be limit yourself. Despite despite your syllabus majoring in taxation does not necessarily for me or for any other taxation student to end up to be a tax consultant, because in fact I started my career as an audit associate or external auditor for about 6 months, for the first 6 months before I joining what we call that corporate tax team. Okay, and then yeah, few of my colleagues also currently working as external auditor, a corporate advisor, a company secretary, okay, and accountant. Okay, so I think the taxation students does don't have to be worried about the career opportunity later, because at the end of the day, it depends on what you want in your life. Okay, and speaking about becoming an academician, I think that's one thing to talk about. One other thing to talk about, because it's required me to further my study in master and maybe even in PhD. But if given chance or opportunity, why not, right? There's no harm for me to becoming an academician, as well as at the same time becoming a tax practitioner, because yeah, I can share whatever I practice every day to the students, and also, and yeah, the reward is huge. But to be honest, for now on, I think I'm going to focus on my current career for about another 6 to 7 years, because of yeah, in order to get a full membership of the AC team, I need at least 5 years working experience in tax related fields. Okay, and in order to apply for a licensed tax agent under Section 153 of the Income Tax Act 1967, also I need to attend my AC team first. Okay, and yeah, so yeah, because I would like to stress out that in 10 years time, believe or not, okay, this research study done by C team, I believe that the average salary for the profession in 10 years time will be about 9 to 15,000 ringgit per month, depending on the size of the company. So yeah, it's quite attractive, right? Yeah, so I think currently I'm just focused on what I'm doing right now.
All
Okay, back
right.
to Chris.
Awesome, awesome, Naim. I really love how you explain, and I can see that love for taxation, right, in your veins. You are very excited to talk about it, and you know quite a lot about what are the prospects, and you have really did your homework in this. So I'm sure I can say that UNIRAZAK is very proud to produce a student like yourself, but I'm sure 80% of it is definitely from your own effort and from your own initiative, from what you have just said. And I also like that you mentioned the salary range of a person who is working as a tax consultant and things like that. It's amazing that you have charted out your journey, and you know what you want to do. So for the next 6-7 years, you will be in this industry, and then let's see how things go. Your friends have also been supporting you in the background here. Lan, and Fidaus, and also Faiz. They are cheering on you, and they only have good things to say about you. Here you go, you can see them. The job looked for him. Right person for the job. Okay, while they say all those things, let me go back to Syafiq. Now, with the current situation and the norm activities, the new normal, everything is kind of affected. It's not only affecting the working adults, but I'm very sure it affects the students as well. So how do your lecturers help you during these tough times in terms of preparing your life for preparing you for life after graduation? And what are the things that you need to adapt as a student in your major so that you'll be ready for the working world, especially in the new norm?
All right. I guess the current norms are a new challenge that we all must face, right? We are seeing an enormous increase in the percentage of people who commit suicide, which putting our mental health in a really dangerous situation. Thus, I believe I should give credit on the effort made by the management of UNIRAZAK on constructing the homeroom or mentor-mentee session, I guess, as it was a good move since it was really beneficial for students, not just for us to share our problems, our thoughts, and also for lecturers to help us and guide us to solve our problem. And since we all know during these days, cases of COVID are getting higher and higher day by day, right? So I guess this would be really helpful for UNIRAZAK students to share our thoughts, not just on academic matters, but also sometimes it can be personal as well. Actually, this homeroom system is something not new for me since I have been using this term when I was in high school back then in at MRSM, where we are like a small family and sharing our problems. All right, for your question Grace on fulfilling the future career needs, I guess UNIRAZAK lecturers even have their own way and perspective to guide us during the academic session, as what I have been through this 1 year of online class. Our academicians have tried their best by making this online distance learning class ODL experience for us students to be very engaging and interactive to compensate the similar experience as what we have done in the physical class. A number of us maybe are struggling to adapt to the changes, but I believe that universal educators have done their best, have done their part to make this as not an issue by keeping their online distance learning classes is a bit of a bit same as our physics class. And on top of that, I also realized that most universal lecturers preferred to train students with theoretical questions that's similar to the real situation. So I believe it is more on application questions rather than just theoretical. This actually helps us to be prepared to face the working life situation in which we will need to deal with various of cases from kind of client backgrounds, as I heard from the seniors and also from my sisters as well. And for your information, my sister also was alumni for UNIRAZAK in Bachelor of Taxation, and she also always encouraged me to be prepared to face the working life situation. Uh, I guess all the applications, questions, or case study that being given by our lecturer might seem tricky and headache for us to do it, right, to solve it as our assignment, but I believe we will thank them later in the future. So for the future challenge that I found in taxation field nowadays, maybe probably on the changes made in the Malaysian tax system, since we know our country had made some changes and amendment on the Malaysian tax system, particularly because of this pandemic situation. So I believe as a student and as a graduate in the future, I should be able to adapt with the upcoming changes in the Malaysian tax system. And I realized this will be part of this will be a better future for me if I could adapt with this situation and also to prepare to be a better graduate in my career.
Thank you so much, Syafiq. I like how you calmly explained how it's like to be behind the computer learning and how supportive that your lecturers have been in this time, as well as because learning about tax online may not be very easy. And I can imagine how the situation is like because feedback can be slowed down and things like that. And it's really up to you to focus your 100% in class because before this pre-COVID you are in class physically and the lecturer can see everything you're doing. So if you are talking or going out somewhere, the lecturer can kind of control the class. But I don't know if you agree with me, Encik Matnur, we have no control over the class now. It's really what the students are doing behind the camera. We don't know because all their camera is switched off. So I'm really glad to hear that students are paying attention and also very, very interested and motivated to learn. Syafiq, you also have some of your friends supporting in. One no Shariza, I would like to give a shout out to her because she's tuning in all the way from Sydney. And Muhammad Ashraf, Luqman Hakim, Muhammad Faris, more power to you. Good job, guys. Really good job. We're so proud to have students like all of you. Okay, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. But I think we are doing such a great job that there are no questions from the audience except for wonderful comments from them. So, Encik Matnur, I'm going to go to you. How does UNIRAZAK help enhance students' passion for accounting and shape them into becoming subject matter experts in the accounting field? And also, what is the success rate of UNIRAZAK students and how does UNIRAZAK transform their students to become graduates that are highly demanded by their top tier employers? So I think all the questions relate to how are we, shaping our students to become the best of the best.
Yeah, I think you got to rephrase your question, Grace. You were saying about accounting field, is it, or tax field? Yeah,
I'm
subject
so
matter
sorry.
is tax field.
Tax field,
Yeah.
taxation,
Mm.
taxation. Yeah.
All right, no sweat. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What a mouthful questions that you throw it to me now. Let me break it down into a few pieces. All right. So you were asking me about how UNIRAZAK and its program, Bachelor of Tax, can sort of enhance and stimulate students' passion for taxation. Right. So I think it all boils down to first the expertise that we have in my School of Accounting and Taxation, the team of lecturers. I have to say, we are all professionals. We are members of so many different professional bodies like ACCA, myself, ACCA, and CTIM. I'm also a member of Chartered Institute for Marketing. So in terms of academicians' expertise, we are on par with other universities. We are no less, of course. And not just that, we also have teams from the industry that we bring in to teach our students every semester. Like last semester, we invited an expert from PwC, one of the tech managers, to teach our students double taxation agreement, DTA. And first, the lecturers, the team of lecturers should be of world class, right? Because to teach students from basic tax to advanced tax, uh, to give them a solid foundation towards their future, future taxation papers are very, very critical. So that's why we invite all these, the experts from the industry to teach our students, to coach them, to do networking with our students, to keep abreast with the latest issue in taxation. So firstly, students' passion is boils down to the lecturers and also the people that teach our students. Second one I have to point out is the fact that our Bachelor of Tax students, the number of students are not so great as compared to our Bachelor of Accounting with Australia, program. So the ratio, the population between lecturer and students are quite, I would say, low, right? The students ratio, the lecturer and students ratio, very small, I would have to say. So the great thing about this low ratio is that lecturers can pay more attention to students. It's like giving a one-to-one tuition, right? So even though in some semesters I did have a bigger number of classes, but overall the class are quite small as compared to the other classes that I have. So paying more attention to students, and students can interact with us more direct and more comfortable. If we have like a face-to-face situation, right? Some students they work well if they have a special attention from their teachers. Another point I want to point it out is the fact that we use the current syllabus, right? Updated. That's why we collaborate with CTIM. All right, CTIM is the expert in taxation in Malaysia. They give advice to government. They provide training to their members. Right, so it's very, very crucial for us to collaborate with them. We have been collaborating with them for the last 10 years since our inception. And we give students with case studies, application questions, ask them to participate in extracurricular activities. And like Syafiq, he is the KPMG ambassador, and his friends as well. So even the big four like KPMG given trust to us, right? You know, to rope in our students involved in this activity, that activities. If they don't have, if they don't recognize our program and they don't recognize our students' capability, I don't think they would like to, you know, to collaborate with us with things like KPMG ambassador that we are currently have. All right, so it shows the level of high standard that we have in our program. Um, Other than that, asking students to participate in many competitions, tax competition, business case competition, accounting quiz. I remember I sent students for Deloitte's tax challenge. My student got accepted for the final round. All right. To be honest to you, when I started working as a full-time lecturer in UNIRAZAK, I had not so high expectation from the students because our students not from the SPM base, not so good in, not all of them anyway, not so good in terms of SPM results, but the fact that we can transform them to become someone, I think is an achievement, right? So internship, 6 months, we're giving to them. In fact, yesterday I had an interview with manager from Baker Hughes. So she was so impressed with my student, right? The fact that online working with pandemic crisis, all this, so he could see the values that our university bring out the best to my students. All right, to the extent that after my students finish next month, she will straight away offer a full-time job to my student. Of course, my student did not know just yet. All right. So big four like Deloitte, Amin, and then Shahida. So many students end up in a big four, surprisingly. So I wouldn't expect this when I started working in UNIRAZAK as a tax lecturer. But now things are getting better and better. All right. And then now we are going for the next level with CTIM, where accounting students could take up a CTIM qualification, all right, getting probably two or, maybe taking the other 2 or 3 additional subjects, right? Maybe Advanced Tax 2, Advanced Tax 3, Advanced Tax 2 and Advanced Tax 1 as the last miles for them to get a membership. But all in all, they have opportunity later to get as much as possible the exemption. All right, so that's it. I think it's all boils down to students' experience, right? They have to really make themselves to be a better student, to be able to compete with the other graduates, because with crisis, pandemic, COVID-19 crisis that we are in right now, so very, very difficult, I have to say, to get a job, right? And hopefully by completing their UNIRAZAK degree with CTIM, they can find their niche in the job market. And you are asking me also about the success rate. Is it, Grace?
Yeah, just very briefly mention it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers with me right now. You could ask the internship and alumni department about this, but I have to say to audience, our students, generally speaking, do not have any problem to get job. 3 months, within 3 months after completing their degree, the most is probably 6 months, right? They don't have any problem to clinch a job because taxation is now being embedded in every aspect of business decision of companies. So tax department is so critical as much as accounting department and other departments as well. Back to you, Grace.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Encik Maknor, again for a very good explanation on taxation. So sorry I tersilap with the accounting, but yeah, because they're very closely related. And but definitely, we can see here that taxation holds quite a heavy weight in, like you said, business decisions and things like that. So we are running out of time, and I am quite enjoying what's going on here on our chats. And I like what someone said. Fidaus, is it? Amin Naim taught me two things that are certain in life: tax and death. And the back end people are really impressed, and we want to design a T-shirt like that, which says that. Okay, so for I have a last question for you. So really appreciate that, if you can make it short and sweet. I love hearing you talk, but unfortunately we are running out of time. So two things. First thing is, what is your biggest achievement or transformation to date right after your graduation? And the other thing, share a piece of advice to our current students like Syafiq himself and those who are doing taxation at UNIRAZAK.
Okay, yeah. So I think the biggest achievement for me upon graduation until today was like I have been promoted just a few days ago. I've been promoted just a few days ago as a tech senior. Previously, I've been a tech semi senior, but I meaning to say that I managed to climb up to a tech senior level within 1 year only in the Deloitte or in the big firm. So yeah, I think it's quite transform it's quite a good transformation for me, meaning to say that they trust me. Okay, they trust the Bachelor of Taxation students from UNIRAZAK. Okay, and the other thing, my advice, I think, like if you think that you want to do this line of career, I think you just go for it. Okay, there's no harm actually, because the reward will be like very like I said earlier, the reward will be like quite attractive at the end of the day, because we do have a great demand in this line of career. So back to you, Chris.
Right. Thank you so much, Naim. And again, I think you can see that your friends are mentioning you, and they're clapping for you and things like that. So you have done UNIRAZA and your friends very proud. So for Syafiq, my question to you, it would be the later one, which says, what are the top three reasons why students should know about the importance of taxation field, or people who are interested to study? Because you mentioned earlier that your sister studied Bachelor's of Taxation and you have followed suit. So could you tell me the top three reasons why a student would want to do a taxation degree?
All right. When most people think of accountants, they picture someone sit at a desk, shifting through the financial records and performing calculations. But actually, it is a fast-paced career with an exciting global opportunity, which is uncommon. And working in a tax, basically as a universal skill, could lead to opportunities in some of the world's most exciting cities, whether it is in Sydney, London, or maybe Hong Kong, as they are becoming a popular perk of working in tax. And for me, learning tax, we should fully understand and focus on the base part, so then only we can focus on the crucial part. As I still can remember during my semester 3, if I was not mistaken, I was being taught taxation 1 subject by Mr. Mohamad, and it was my first time meeting him in Razak. I guess this subject brought me closer to taxation because it was my first ever tax subject, and I still remember up until now. But don't get me wrong, sir. I'm not saying this because you are here, but I would just want to appreciate his advice and exercises in class, which motivates me to learn more about taxation. And the second reason is maybe because you can advance in your career in tax. Aside from the number is crunching. Working in tax is far from a dead end job, as your career will have plenty of room to grow and plenty of opportunities to hone your skills and establish yourself as to go person in a field of expertise. As the final one is maybe because of to intellectually reward myself, as working as a tax consultant or accountant, my mentally stimulating job with a wide range of responsibilities. And for me, working with both individual and businesses, you'll be in charge of analyzing, reporting, and advising on varieties of tax issues as being mentioned by Mr. Mohamad No just now. And you will have the rewarding opportunity to put together advice and solutions to help your clients make sound financial decisions using numeracy, research, and even using legislation. And yeah, I guess that's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Syafiq. Thank you for giving a glimpse of what it would be like to be a taxation student. So we are wrapping up, but I would like to highlight a few things that have been mentioned in the comment box by Fidaus here. He says, yes, Uniraza academicians have helped to unlock our potential. So all those who are in the School of Accounting and Taxation, good job to you guys, because you are unlocking a lot of potential over there. I also want to highlight Faiz Lan's comment saying, honestly speaking, the best thing about UNIRAZAK lecturers is the correlation and interpretation of matters taught to the real world of events and situations. Definitely placed me on a concrete platform. Congratulations to you, Lan, for absorbing whatever your lecturers had to you. And I think you are, again, I will always say lecturers can only do so much, but it's really up to the students' effort to use what they have learned and also to participate as much as possible. So really the congratulations and the good job goes back to the students. He also says that, okay, taxes are in, oh, Amin taught me that taxes are inevitable and how to live life prosperously despite the earlier. Okay, all right, that's for Amin. Okay, and Syafiq just now, amazing explanation. And one Nur Shazira from Sydney again. Bachelor of Taxation in UNIRAZAK. Kudos to all lecturers. Hashtag alumni UNIRAZAK. Thank you so much for supporting and tuning in. Okay, here a little bit of advertisement by Fidaus Ahmad. You can reduce your tax by doing charity. Faiz, dear me for my bank account. Okay, thank you for a little bit of humor there. So rightfully, I want to end the session with maybe a piece of advice from Encik Mat Noor to your students currently who are here, and also maybe potential students that you'll be having.
So my advice would be just seize the chance with pandemic crisis that we are in. You got to make sure that you are, academic wise, you are above the rest, and with just only the paper qualification is not enough. That's for sure. That's why you have to hone your skills, right, to be a better tax consultant later. So I would like to take this opportunity anyway to thanking all of you here today, especially to those who gave a comment, very heartwarming comments to us. Right, we really appreciate it. It motivates me and my team of lecturers to work more harder. All right, I've been I've been locked down for 18 months. I couldn't see my students. Same goes to you, Grace. I got to use and upend my skills, especially my computer skills. Even though I'm teaching computer subject, but so much things I need to improve on, right? So much things leave to be desired, right? So I think to students out there, even if you're not taking accounting or a tax degree right now, maybe you take another path. You can, excuse me, you can also be a tax consultant one day. All right, surely you can. How, sir? How? You can take up CTIM, all right? 8 papers in total. But of course, you get some exemptions like financial accounting, principle of accounting, with a general degree that you have, and then you just take maybe another 4 or 5 more subjects because you don't get exemptions, right? then you take up and then you pass, and then you can be a tax practitioner, right? A tax expert one day. All right, let taxation force be with you then.
That's a wonderful quote to end with. Let taxation force be with you. Let taxation find you. Okay, you don't have
Yeah.
to go to taxation. Okay, and yeah, our commenters are having some fun here. Lan, I have to mention this. I have to say it out. Taxes are like tauges in your kway teow. Can't be helped but can be managed. Okay, perfect. Another t-shirt saying. Arif just joined us. Arif is our long-term supporter. Salam sejahtera, Arif. Salam petang. Unfortunately, we're going to end already. Fidaus extends his thanks to myself and also to Encik Muhammad Noor for your good sharing and your time. So I'm going to close today's session. I really like our interactive session today. I love hearing all the sharings from the students and yourself, Encik Noor. I think I'm definitely enlightened, and also it have increased my knowledge on what Bachelor's of Taxation is about. So again, thank you for those who have tuned in. If you have any questions, it's not too late. You can ask or call the number or just drop an inbox. For those of our students who are commenting here, all the best, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining the discussions. It's great. Thank you for supporting your friends here. And really, I had a good time, and I hope all of you had a good time as well. Okay, so before I end, I would like to highlight that UNIRAZAK July Intake 2021 is still open. Apply now and grab UNIRAZAK scholarship that is available by visiting our website www.unirazak.edu.my. You can also contact us at the number that is written down at the screen. And you can email us as well. Don't forget to follow MyUnirazak and Facebook and Instagram, as well as YouTube channel for more shows like this. Stay tuned for our upcoming events. And today we also hit one of the highest cases, which is 15,000. 500 something. So please, everyone, stay safe and keep your social distancing. Please go for your vaccination. And I hope everyone will have a safe time. Yeah. Okay. And that's about it. So see all of you next time.